Don't start yet. Don't start.
Wait, no, it's already started. There's no chance.
No, no.
What about? Oh, dang, we still need to get like a theme song for this thing. Anyway,
I am waiting for you to start singing it.
yeah. Oh man, can we get like just a full-on anime intro for this thing?
That would be funny and really cool at the same time.
Just just blow all of my savings on like a really like high production value animated opening. That'd be perfect.
That would be amazing.
Anyway, it's that day is not today, and we still have uh I got little words that pop up if I click a button. That's kind of production value. I still haven't even finished making a better title card for the deck nabbit.
Yeah, because I could see all the white around it.
It's so good, right?
No, it's
It's
not.
so well done. Don't don't question it. Anyway, we're live. It's Grayson and you, the Zeigster, as we call you.
Please don't ever call me that again.
All right, Zygarino, whatever you say.
Not
Anyway,
that's even worse. Okay, please, please.
okay, it's Zyga, but not nearly as fun as Zygarino.
No, no, no. Both
uh,
are terrible names, and you should feel terrible for even saying them out loud.
don't be like that. I thought we were besties. Anyway, we're doing a show. Um,
No.
how's everyone else doing? Um, I see Hydropole stop by to say hi. Smo waves a hand. Generosity says poggers with a question mark. Unclear yet if we're actually poggers or not. Actually, Zyga, how
Mhm.
poggers are you feeling at this moment?
I am feeling 0%.
That's a shame. You're not someone's little pog champ yet.
I never want to hear you say that ever again. Like, if you say that again, I'm gonna come over to your house right now
Yeah.
and punch you in the face.
What are you talking? Like, it's not that old of a meme, is it? Uh,
It's a hold me. Oh my goodness.
no, it's cool. All the cool kids are saying it. Um, AC says I'm watching while dying in bed. Still highlight of my day. I hope you're not dying too much, AC. I hope you get feeling better. Uh, yeah, I hope you're doing okay. It also says Zygarino sounds like a discontinued type of Italian cold cut. Yeah, FDA had to pull that one off the shelves real quick. Generosity is taking back the poggers. We are no longer pog,
Think it,
apparently. It's been
yep,
redacted.
it's because of you. It's
It's
because of
'cause-
you. What you just said.
no, it's because you didn't believe enough, Zyga.
No.
You have to, in order to be pog, you must believe you are pog. It comes from within first, and then it
I, I
manifests
don't
without.
I don't I don't even think you know what it
I
means.
really don't. I just know people use it a lot, and I hope I'm saying it in the right context when I use it.
Mm-mm.
I'm extremely old and out of the youth loop with the youth. Okay, I admit
I
it.
don't know. I don't know. What do you think it means? What do you think it means?
Isn't it like it's like a catch-all, right? Like you just like sprinkle it into your sentences to show that you're hip. Or like it's like an adjective, right? Like it could mean that something is exceptionally good, maybe. Like if you're like you
I
had
mean,
like
you're
a really
close.
a really nice like tuna sandwich, like man that sandwich was poggers. That that correct? Take your stunned silence as a yes.
Mm, that's just to show if you say that, it's just showing people that you're just trying to be hip.
Yeah. I mean, I do have like some lot of gray hair, so I mean, I'm just doing my best. But anyway, how are you doing, Zyga?
I'm doing fine.
Are you hip and cool to this fine day?
I'm doing fine, doing good.
That's good.
How about yourself?
I am super here. I, I don't know. It's been a pretty good week for me so far. Got got real warm real quick. I feel like
It did.
we've almost skipped spring entirely. I'm pretty sure because like maybe like a week ago it was still snowing a little bit, and then today I'm pretty sure I got a sunburn because I was outside for more than 10 minutes. So
You got a sunburn? I got a sunburn the other day too.
yeah, that's
I
it's pretty cool.
I went on a I went on a bike ride the other
Ooh,
day, and it was a mistake.
yeah. Well, yeah. Exercise is always mistakes. Like we all know this.
No, it was a mistake. Well, it was a mistake for two reasons.
Sure,
It
sure.
was um it was a mistake because I didn't put on sunscreen. 'Cause I didn't think I needed it because it was cloudy out.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense. Did it work out
And
for you?
no, I didn't. I got sunburned really bad in the face.
No, that's the terrible spot for it.
Yeah. And the bike ride I went on was 25 miles.
Whew, that was a committed one, huh?
I went all the way to a mall and then the airport, the
Oh,
close by
oh,
airport,
wow,
and
you
then
went down that way.
yeah, I went down that way.
Okay, dang, that's pretty good for a bike.
Yeah, it was a long it was a long thing.
Was it worth it in the end?
I'm still sore
Yeah,
after it,
I would
but
imagine so. Like
but
I've heard you've been
it was
getting
good.
like on you've been riding bikes more lately, right? But
Yeah, I've been technically yeah, I've been riding bikes. Well,
like,
I haven't really been doing it in a while because
mm,
of the snow, you know?
oh sure.
So I've recently just started getting back into it.
So you may have extended beyond your means with that one, but
Yeah.
fun. Well, you're more active than I am, I guess, which is good.
You should be more active.
I should be. Every now and then, like, man, exercise is good for people. But that's like, like a lot of exercise takes place outside, and outside is full of people. That's no good.
You need to go to the gym like I do.
Ah, there's people there. The
It's
judgiest kind of
fine.
people, maybe.
It'll make you feel better.
I mean, it probably would. I'm thinking about that. Like, I gotta do something. I do have my exercise bike that I ride. I need to be more dedicated with it. I kind of just sporadically use it like once a
Collecting
week.
dust.
I do use it. Like it's just like there's no system for it. Like I just whenever like I feel like it and I have 20 minutes I'll get on it, but that's not really a good routine. But Oh, Jarek popped in to say poggers. How kind. Apparently, POG stands for Passion Orange Guava. Neat.
Gosh. Oh no. Okay.
Can we get some POG juice? Is that what I'm
No,
hearing?
please. No.
Do I hear a
No, no,
future
no, 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 no.
podcast challenge?
Oh, speaking of a podcast challenge,
I know exactly what you're going to say.
we should do that thing that we were gonna do like a
Yeah.
while ago.
Are those even good still? I'll need to check those. That was.
You should check the.
I mean, maybe it would add to the challenge if the expiration dates pass, but I'm not sure if
Yeah,
that'd be.
because I was thinking maybe if I come over there to your place
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
and we
the
could
new
have the
place, because
podcast.
we could actually start doing like this slightly more often. We could do like more in person stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. They were not jelly bean smell. It's much worse. But, well, actually, well, shoot. Maybe we can do that like here in a month or two and then things are set up. As long as those are still good. I guess we could get more if they have expired. They're probably not super expensive. And I could buy them this time. But Hatun did make it high. Sounds like Smo has double dog dared Zyga to eat skunk flavored jelly beans. The ball is in your court, Zyga.
I think he was talking to you.
No. It was an implied Zyga since there wasn't really a defined subject of the sentence. So I choose to assume it couldn't possibly be me that has to eat that nonsense.
I think that is absolute copium on your.
Always. If I ever got a tattoo, it would just be copium. I don't know what that means either. Actually, what is this? Is that like the opposite of pog? If you're taking copium, you're not drinking pog juice.
Please stop.
I'm just trying to understand what the kids are doing these days.
You don't need to know.
So
You don't need to
confused.
know.
I talked to my younger brother, and I'm not even sure we're speaking the same language. Like, it's so. Dag damn it. Anyway. No, Hatun, don't accuse me of being unpog. So harsh. My mellow. You're harshing it all up.
So, what have you been up to recently?
Geez. All kinds of things. We did our 1 year anniversary stream on Sunday, which I think folks here were popped in for as well. And that was pretty cool. That was a big accomplishment. I've hardly stuck to anything for a year that like my life didn't depend on, such as like a job or something. So
Yeah.
kind of that was kind of cool. Actually, I don't know, honestly, that was kind of a big deal. Like it was nice. It wasn't like a huge to do, but it was cool. And then we kind of been talking about how I'll be moving soon. Um, probably, I mean, hopefully, like in 3-ish weeks, I think is the tentative move date. Um, and that'll be cool. It'll hopefully free up a lot more opportunities for things in the future.
Wait,
As
it's
far,
gonna happen like that fast?
I mean, probably like I don't know if I told you, but I kind of explained how the the reason I found out about this part was because I've been doing remodel work on as part of my job, and so it's still in the process of being remodeled. But then I basically got like I called dibs on it. I guess basically we talked with the owner about it, like while we're still working on it. And so as
Yeah.
soon as the remodel work is done, I can probably move in, which will be nice because I think it'll be a better living situation. Hopefully, it'll I don't know, have more energy and time for other things because it's it's a little depressing where I'm living right now. It's a little rough, but
Yeah,
it's
I've heard.
yeah, like I don't really get into too much on the streams because the stream is when I can have fun and be happy. It's it's there's been issues, so it'll
Yeah,
be
we don't have to talk about it, but
but yeah, so yeah, it'll be good I think. So hopefully that'll be done. In the meantime, it's been kind of crazy. I've been actually really so proud of me. I've been really, I've been like getting rid of a lot of stuff actually to get ready for
oh,
the move.
I thought you were gonna say I've been watching anime and
Oh no, I don't watch that crap anymore. That's for weebs. Um, but no,
but you've been
I've been de-junking my room a lot. I've probably taken like 8 boxes of stuff to like the donation center and like thrown away a
really.
few bags of other things. I'm trying really hard to like actually get like to get rid of everything I don't need.
I'm guessing your roommate made you evaluate your life's decisions.
Right? It may it. I mean, you want a good way to contemplate your current trajectory in life is to see someone who's a little bit farther down that road and see where it gets you. And
Yeah,
it's just like, oh, anyway, it's it's a thing. So yeah. So anyway, point is things will be getting better. It'll be nice.
that's good.
And
I'm glad.
yeah, that's kind of been my life situation. And
Yep.
what are we talking about today, Brain?
I don't know. What are we talking about?
Oh, that's right.
Trying
There's
to
no
take over the world?
there's no topic today. That's right. I mean, not that we've. I mean, the previous episodes we were tangentially on topic for
I was
like
quoting the the same thing we do every night.
yeah, the same thing we do every episode.
Try to take over the world.
Oh, someday, just you watch. 3 years from now, when in another world my podcast has overtaken Joe Rogan, we're the greatest podcast that ever were. Then you'll
I
see.
mean, I mean, Joe Rogan's podcast isn't the greatest thing ever.
it's. I mean, it's funny. I don't think I've ever watched a full episode of it. I just see like clips of it now and then because it gets clipped constantly.
Yeah,
But I just know this like it's like the number one podcast in terms of like just like the sheer numbers they do. Like it gets more
yeah.
downloads than anybody else. I think at this point it's mostly just because it's just kind of like the thing people listen to, like a habit almost. But anyway, I'm sure it's a good show. I like the guests he has on sometimes.
So so anime.
Yeah. I hope you've been watching some, Zaiga. I'm sick of having to pick up your slack.
I actually haven't been watching anything.
No. What is the point of this episode? You're the chosen one.
I actually have not been watching any anime because I realized something.
Yeah.
I've realized something.
Yeah, yeah.
It was an epiphany I had.
Uh-oh. Those are be careful with those.
And I think a streamer said it and then it just resonated within me.
Yeah. Did he say anime is cringe or something?
No, he was like, why watch anime when you can play it?
Yeah. Okay.
Huh?
Go
See that
on.
you hear that big brain thought
Yeah.
what if you can actually play an anime?
Sure.
And so I was like, what would that be like? And then I started a game, and I'm like, oh, so this is what he meant.
Yeah. It's the stars aligned. You achieved
Yes,
nirvana.
you can say the star. It's the Yeah, you can say the
Oh,
stars. I
wow,
guess
so clever.
stars align.
Wow. What could you possibly be talking about?
Yeah. Um, I've been playing Honkai Star Rail uh for the entire week. That's like all I've been playing. I've been no lifing it.
That's a dangerous path, sir. But all right.
And it's been the most fun thing I've done in a long time.
Here, I'm gonna have a visual. I broke it, but keep
For those
going.
who don't know, Honkai Star Rail is a gotcha game. It's a gotcha game made by the people who made Genshin Impact.
Yeah, it's this thing.
It's basically the game is basically Genshin Impact, but uh turn-based. Turn-based
Cool.
combat. So think of it like you're playing Final Fantasy X and Persona 5, because it's
Okay.
basically like same it's basically the same thing as Persona 5, I would say. I'd say it's more like Persona 5 than it is Final Fantasy X.
I mean, I've never played Persona 5, but I know a lot of people like that game. And that game
Yeah,
costs a lot more than free, so.
it's the gameplay is so addicting, and right now at least it's very free to play friendly. So
Hmm.
you could go in it and like they give you really powerful units for free.
Hmm.
And um I've seen people online do like beat the really hard content with those characters. So,
Cool.
but
You
yeah, say
have.
what you want about Genshin Impact. Like, I know a lot of people don't like it, and there's a lot of people that do like it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but this game is like so much better than it. It's a
Mm-hmm.
lot of fun. The gameplay is extremely fun. The characters are really cute.
Okay.
It's
You
been
have.
my addiction,
Nice. Well,
and I may or may not be playing it as we speak.
don't you? How dare you multitask our very important podcast? It takes so much brain power. This does look cool. I guess just to clarify, hashtag not spawn. Unless you have something I don't know about Zyga. But this
What?
is not no sponsor. This is not a sponsorship, right? I don't think it is.
No, no, it's not.
Okay, you're not. There's no guy with like the the a laser gun pointing the back of your head saying talk nice things about this game or else.
I mean, his name is Tom, but
It's, if you're on if you're on first name basis, it's probably fine.
but anyway, it's a game I'd highly recommend if you really like turn-based combat RPGs.
Okay. I know. I actually, because as we were talking a little bit before the stream, like I am personally a little bit tempted to try this out because I mean, free to play is a pretty good barrier of entry. Something I can handle, I think. Um,
Yeah, I think you can handle it.
so so
There's this really cool in the game. There's this really cool like roguelike game mode.
hmm,
Very fun. Very, very fun. And like think of it if like Final Fantasy X had like a roguelike gameplay
okay,
game mode. That would be really interesting, where you just like go up different floors and every time you kill an enemy you get like a certain buff or something like that. Get to choose
right,
between buffs.
okay. No, I'll have
It's really
to
cool.
look into this. I know we were discussing the possibility of maybe doing like a stream of this together. Because like is this mostly a single player game or is it like multiplayer component.
Single player game.
Okay, but okay. Well, might
There are
look
some
into
benefits to having like friends in the game. Like
like
if your
extra
friend has like
rewards or something. Or
if your friend like in your friends list has like a really powerful unit, you can use that unit and stuff like that.
oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Plus, the main thing I want to do is I want to watch you play it and then watch you roll.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's like the addicting part of this, right? Is the gotchas. But
And I wouldn't lie, but it is kind of I like I played gotchas before. Like this is my third gotcha game.
gasp.
The first one that I've played was Near Reincarnation.
Right.
Um and that game is good, but it has its issues. I am not its biggest fan at the moment,
Hmm.
even though I've played it since it came out.
I was gonna say you basically been playing the game pretty well, constantly is not the right word. Like you've been regularly playing that game, yeah, like since like I think even like like the pre-order thing for it, right?
No, I didn't have the pre-order for it. But I started playing it like a month after it came out.
Okay, so that's pretty early on though.
Yeah. And the game is kind of it's a turn-based game, kind of.
Hmm.
It's more like Final Fantasy 13, maybe. I don't know.
Oh, that's
Maybe.
the one that everyone likes.
Where it's kind of like constantly going and then you just like press your skills, stuff like that.
Sure. Not
So
kind of like on rails a little,
yeah,
but
kind of. And I have a love-hate relationship with the game. Uh
with 13 or with Star Rail.
no, with Near
Oh,
Reincarnation.
near. Okay, that's right. You were talking about near still.
Yeah.
I'm caught up again.
And then recently they've just been really scummy
Hmm.
and kind of like milking people like so much.
Yikes.
So I just decided to take a break and then I started a Blue Archive, which is a phone game.
Right. I don't think I was familiar with that one, but
Yeah, Blue Archive is just this one with kind of like chibis and like anime art, stuff like that.
right. Okay.
Been trying that one out and that one's been okay.
Okay.
But I'm like playing it extremely casually.
Hmm.
But then this came, Star Rail, and it's just been taking all of my time because it's just the gameplay is just so much fun. I just lose so much time playing the
Hmm.
game.
Okay.
And that has made me behind on so much anime. Like I'm behind on all my shows because of the game.
Yeah, I can't believe this. What are we gonna
It's
do if you're not
unfortunate.
watching anime either?
Yeah. I might watch some tonight.
Okay, better. But anyway, it's all good. I have no space to be judgeful. I'll still be a little bit though.
Yeah, the podcast is falling apart.
It's all, this is the end. Didn't even make it to episode 10 and we're giving up.
No, I'm still gonna probably watch more than you at the end of the season, and I really like a lot of the stuff from the season.
Oh, there's been some
Not gonna
really
lie.
good stuff this season.
Have you been watching any more stuff, or did you try anything else since we
Um,
last talked?
so I'm keeping up with the shows I picked before. Um, and I can confirm my opinions have not changed as far as like Kuma 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 Bear, it's delightful. One kill Nason, like one kill sister, whatever. Not worth watching.
Yeah,
It's- anyway, don't judge me. Um, I did watch episode one, like the hour and a half episode of Oshinoko.
Oh, you
I
did.
did.
You watched the whole thing. What did you think of that?
Uh, I mean, it was different from what I thought it would be. I I don't know, I wasn't super into episode one. Like
Why weren't you into it?
it's
Do you not like the ending?
it was just like it was so much story just to set up what the story is going to be, if that makes sense. Like it took a
Well, of
long
course.
time to like set out like the premise.
Well, it was an entire manga volume.
Yeah, and that's I guess that's I don't know it because there are other shows and series and stuff that do that where like kind of like the initial start of the show isn't what the show is actually going to be about. If that makes
Yeah.
sense. Like and so like I'll I'll probably watch at least a couple more episodes, but I know I never got super attached to what was going on because there's like so much happening. I wasn't sure like what was actually relevant or what was just
Like, what do
whatever. And
you like? What do you mean? Like, what do you mean? Like,
I,
explain more.
I wasn't sure who the main character was. That's really what it came down to. Like I wasn't sure like
Oh,
what characters were important to the story and which ones were going to be like not relevant. Like
that doesn't make any sense because it's obvious.
it it's not though. Like
It is though,
because like
because the main character is the dude, of
well I
course.
mean I guess I mean maybe I should like I'm not sure who like the protagonist is maybe is more correct. Cause like in terms of, like I wasn't sure which character is the one who's going to be like like changing and progressing and
Obviously, it's the main guy.
he's not changing though. He's just he feels like he's just like a narrator for like he's like an object of convenience for like the rest of the show or something more than he's like a character of himself. Like I didn't get any
I
kind of like there I didn't get like any kind of like his likes or dislikes or opinions really. Like he's mostly just like calmly stating what other people are doing and like his opinions on that maybe. Like I wasn't
what?
I don't
What? I'm like here with like manga information, and I'm just like baffled.
I don't know. Like maybe the anime's just not doing a good job then because I could not like I watched the whole first episode. I can't say that I care about anybody. And I mean,
Not even I. Not even I.
I mean, I is interesting, and maybe if we get more about her, because I feel like her story too was like they teased a couple of things, but like they also didn't fully flesh out other stuff, and just like stuff was just kind of happening. And it was like, and it time skipped a bunch too. Like,
Yeah, that's what the manga did.
and so I was like, I have even less time to figure out what's going on. Like, so I don't know. It was a lot of like little things like I don't really care for in storytelling, but I don't know. Now that I'm now that I've gone through the slog of episode one, maybe I'll like the rest of it. But
All right,
I don't know.
whatever.
Sorry.
No, no, no. I'll grill you more about it like off stream because like what you're saying is not making any sense to me. But like we could talk about it some other time.
Sure, because yeah, I don't want to. I think it's worth a watch. Like I think you're probably right. It's gonna probably end up being the hit of the season. Because I mean, it's got like a. Let me check over because I looked over on my anime list. It's got like a 9.8 right now. It's like ranked number two.
Yeah,
So people are obviously resonating with it.
yeah, because it's deserved. It's really good.
I maybe I guess like I'll have to. I don't know, I'll have to watch the next couple episodes and try to figure it out because so far, anyway. But
I can just explain it to you more off stream.
sure, maybe we'll do that. Yeah.
It's
So
it's a long explanation. It'll take everyone's time, and it's
yeah, I mean, it's I again, like, I think this is, if you're curious, it's worth checking out because it's like I've never seen a show quite like this, and so I do give it points for originality, I guess. And I mean, I don't know. So yeah, I mean, give it a shot, and then maybe share your opinions over on Discord or something. I'd be
yes.
curious to hear what people think of it.
But anyway,
Uh,
what other stuff have you watched?
I really haven't watched much else, to be completely honest, because I most of my the free time I do have, I've been reading manga, and
What manga?
specifically One Piece. Actually, like I've been, because I got the Shonen Jump app, I think like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I'm already caught up in the manga with where I was in the anime, almost anyway. I just barely finished up Long Ring Longland arc with Foxy.
Okay, so you got all the way up to that point.
Yeah, so I'm basically, I'm like within like 5 or 6 episodes of like where I stopped on the anime, because I got a little bit into like Water 7 when I took a break from the show because the show was starting to get what it has become. Like, I think Long Ring Longline actually is what killed a lot of my enjoyment of the anime, because the
Yeah, it
anime
went on
version
too
is like
long in
twice as
anime.
long.
Yeah,
They
they
like,
added filler in it.
yeah, they added like an extra like 3 games to like the challenge and a bunch of other nonsense. And
Yeah, and the games they added were really stupid.
no, yeah, I remember like, I remember because I actually did. That's like the first time I ever like specifically looked up to be like, was this like a filler arc? Like I thought the whole arc was filler at first because like it got so weird. But then I was like, oh, that makes sense because yeah, the thing that felt like the climax was supposed to be the climax, and then the rest of it was like they just were like, oh, but we gotta stretch this out. We're caught up to the manga,
Yeah,
so
yeah, the
yeah,
manga is the better form of media for
yeah.
One Piece.
I mean, it's so sad because like there's a lot of things I really like about the anime. Like there's some things with the anime they do really well. It's just I wish they like I f- the anime would be so much better if they did like, if they just did like 20 episodes a year or something like that. You know, just like kind of like cut the number of episodes in half, but then like still cover like the same amount of content of manga. I think it would be a lot better because they wouldn't be having to stretch things out in weird ways and make things feel so boring to watch when it should be really exciting.
Yeah, I think if One Piece was more like how My Hero Academia has been being released, then it would be a lot better.
Right. Because
My Hero Academia is 26 episodes a year.
right, and that keeps it in pace with the manga, at least like, I mean, and I mean this the story's not quite to my taste in My Hero. Like it has different issues, but
Same.
at least it's not like a show that's like wasting your time. I guess like it's at least covering story at a reasonable pace,
Yeah,
and then it's just kind of like up to your personal taste if you like that story. But
that's why One Piece is so good.
yeah,
One Piece.
yeah, One Piece is pretty nice, and I may go back like once I'm finished like caught up in the manga. I'll probably go back through One Piece and watch the arcs that I want to see animated or something.
Yeah,
But
yeah. I feel like that there's certain points where it's better animated too, like during the fight parts, because manga has this thing. I don't know if it's like this for you, but manga sometimes when they do action scenes, sometimes it's very very hard to follow.
Right. Yeah. I mean, some manga are better than others for sure with that. And I mean, I'd have to say, I mean, and I'm only 300 chapters into One Piece. I don't know if fight scenes are Oda's strong suit necessarily, because
Yeah,
I mean, up to this point, like it's all fights that I've seen animated, so I know how to visualize what's going on. But there's definitely
yeah,
certain fights where like the motion isn't clear.
yeah. I kind of agree. Um, Especially on the later arcs, it just feels like there's so much happening in like a scene that
Right.
you kind of have to like sit there and be like, okay, what is happening in this scene? Okay, I see what's happening here.
Right. It does. I can imagine it gets very dense because I mean it's not super bad yet, but like there's definitely a couple of chapters like I can tell he's rushing to fit as much as he can into the chapter
Yeah,
because it's like a big climax where he's got like there's like three different fights going on. He wants to like show all three of those fights in the same chapter to show what's going on, and
yeah.
it's like hard to get the gist of any of it. But
Are you talking about the Alabasta stuff? I think he did that in Alabasta, didn't he?
yeah, Alabasta like cause they started like there's like a lot of fights happening like between like the all the different Baroque works agents and such.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And just as this is an aside to Lala, uh, hello by the way, and yeah, I've had the Shonen Jump app for 3 weeks. I've talked about it a few times. I think you've somehow just never been there when I talk about it, Lala. It's been a weird mystery because Lala's been the one that like pushed me to get that app, and I've had it for a while. I think she just anyway, but
I'm shedding tears for her.
yeah, yeah, it's pretty good. So I'm just about to start Water 7 in the manga, which will be pretty. I'm looking forward to this. This will officially be like unknown territory for me. Well, I mean, it's not like I'm completely unspoilered about what happens in One Piece, but like in the sense that I haven't experienced the storyline firsthand. I have a gist of an idea about what goes on, but that's just because if you're anything anime, like if you're in the anime community at all, like even just casually surfing around, you eventually see the entire timeline of One Piece come up at one point or another.
Yeah, it's true.
Like it's kind of like with Dragon Ball Z. I've never watched a real episode of Dragon Ball Z, but I still know the gist of that whole anime thanks to the internet.
Yeah, same. I haven't. I think I only watched a bit of Dragon Ball Z Kai,
There you go.
and I didn't watch the whole thing, but I like don't even remember it. To be honest.
But so I mean, that's a whole other thing. But I mean, but it'll be fun though because I'll finally get the details, I guess. Because I know, yeah, I know generally like the major characters, right, of Water 7, but like I don't know how it actually all plays out specifically. So it'll be fun because it like
Yeah.
One Piece is good storytelling, and like that's the other thing is like because like at least on the Shonen Jump app because like they just basically just like digitized the actual manga volumes, and so like there's like lots of like trivia and stuff from Oda like in
Hmm.
between chapters, and he was like I believe when he started publishing like chapter 1 of One Piece he was like 22, and so like it kind like I didn't realize that like I knew he was young when he started One Piece. I didn't realize he was like that young
Hmm.
when he began publishing the most popular manga of all time. Not that it quite was that at the beginning, but got pretty huge pretty quick. That's like crazy to me.
Yeah, it is really insane how popular it is. It's not as popular over here, but I think it's getting getting closer every day.
No, yeah, it's definitely like it's kind of like the sleeper hit of the West, I think, because I remember like whenever like people talk about like the big three, or, like the big five or whatever, like One Piece is usually mentioned as being like because like it used to be like back in the day, I was like, oh yeah, there's It was like Naruto, Bleach, and One Piece were like the three big ones, right? And of course now Naruto. I mean, Naruto and Bleach, I guess, still exist again. Actually, it's like we're back in 2004 all over again. But
Well, Naruto doesn't really exist anymore.
well, I mean, that's the thing, though, right? Is like because Naruto is now Boruto, and Boruto is kind of not.
It's very mid.
It's like it exists, and there are people that will defend it to the end for reasons I don't understand. But it's not really being talked about as like being a big one anymore. Like Bleach is having a comeback, weirdly enough. But
Yeah,
like, I
Bleach
wonder
is.
if it's like nostalgia glasses more than the quality. I haven't seen the new stuff, so I don't know though. Maybe it actually is still good. But
I've watched the new stuff.
mm-hmm.
Um, it does feel better, but it just feels like more Bleach.
Right, which
Same time.
I mean that's yeah. Bleach is Bleach,
Like if you enjoyed the previous Bleach seasons, you would enjoy it.
right? But like
It's like nothing new.
right, so I mean, I guess in that sense, it's probably like if we were to talk about like the new big three, it'd probably be like people love like Demon Slayer, Attack on Titan, and then like One Piece is probably being listed as that third one
Yeah,
as
I
far as
would
like
I
big
would
ones right now.
agree.
But the
I would
point is
completely
like
agree.
One Piece has always just kind of been there because it's just it's never stopped. It just still goes.
Yeah, One Piece will never stop, you know?
I mean, I wonder like I mean
He
actually
says this is the final arc, but I don't believe him.
right. Well, I think if I had to guess, is like at least like the the personality of Oda that I'm getting from like reading all the trivia stuff about him, which has been really fun. Like I'm sure like when he hits the end of the story, that will be the end of the story as far as like the main cast being the main characters. I would be shocked if he didn't spend like and hopefully he spends some time getting a well deserved break. But I'm sure he's not gonna be done with like the world of One Piece. Like even if he's like no longer directly involved, he's gonna George Lucas and let other people like write in it or something like because like there's just like there's so much One Piece and like Lalo just made a comment about it, that the manga has there's cover stories. Like every chapter of the manga will include like one cover page image that's like telling like a separate story of like a side character. And it's like over the
Yeah.
course of like maybe like two volumes, we'll get like this whole other like side chapter about like one like a random side character from a previous arc. Just kind of fun.
Yeah.
Like kind of getting to see
And
like
the front covers are like of each chapter are like callbacks to previous arcs and stuff.
right or
Like what
like
is this character doing?
yeah, and it's kind of cool. Like and I think it's and like at first I thought they were just like fun little goofs, but I think they're like they are canon. Like because like little Buggy's Big Adventure, whatever his like cover story chapter was, like it culminated with him actually making a comeback in Logtown with everything being set back to like how it was at the end of his cover stories. Like oh that stuff actually happened, and it's like it helps to explain like why Buggy reappears where he does and how he does. And I'm assuming that's going to kind of happen with other characters perhaps if they happen to become relevant to the story again. They'll pop back in, uh, you know, a little more learned, I guess, after having their own little side adventures. But
Hmm.
I don't know. So it's a big world, and I'd be stunned if he writes the final chapter and is like, "This is the end of One Piece. There will be no more One Piece." Like I wonder if he'll ever really do any other series again though. Like, I mean, he could certainly retire if he wanted to. But anyway, so that's a lot of what I've been doing. Is I've just been reading so much One Piece,
Uh,
and it's pretty good.
I'm glad that you're reading a lot though. That's good.
No, it's it's been nice, and I'm still reading a light novel here and there. I'm still working my way through what have I been reading? It's an irrelevant anime now because it's been over a year, but The Genius Prince's Guide to Raising a Kingdom Out of Debt. I've still been reading those light novels. There's like 11 of them. I've been working my way through those slowly too. Kind of slowed down on them because I've been reading a lot of One Piece more, but I probably should watch anime, like for realsies. But alas, maybe
Last.
someday. Actually, that reminds me, I'm going to go ahead. I need to.
Oof,
I'm going to update my One
I
Piece
am.
manga thing because I can.
Oh, sorry. I'm like very like drained right now for some reason. I feel like completely drained.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that's no bueno.
and I'm trying to like figure out this like one anime manga that I've been reading.
Uh oh. Wait, have
It's
you
like
mentioned this before to
Tenchi.
me? Or
No, Tenchi. Oh, come on. No. Okay. Ah, so I've been reading this one anime. Hold on 1 second. I need to grab something.
yeah, sure. Don't wait, don't leave me here. No, they're gonna say mean things. Here, let me catch up with the chat. So I apologize. We don't usually read the chat as adeptly. Oh no,
Okay.
he's already back. AC says, "Are we expecting Two Piece for the sequel?" I think so. Did you come back though?
Yes.
Okay. Who dares? Who dared redeem the noise? Did that even work? Did anyone else even hear that? Smo, how dare
Oh,
you? I haven't even set up a way for that to be visible on this particular page, but apparently it'll still play the sound. Sorry, Smo, there, or Zaiga, Smo played a fart sound.
I can't hear it.
Yeah, it doesn't, I don't think it plays through Discord. It doesn't show up on stream as who redeemed it. Such a mystery
Oh,
forever. Yeah, Zaiga, I can't believe you do that on stream. So unprofessional.
I think that was you. It had to
Oh,
be you. I walked away.
can't be true.
So I've been watching reading this manga called Oroka no Tenshi wa Akuma to Odoru. Uh
Sure.
the foolish angel dances with demons. I think that's what the anime list thing says for it.
Sure.
Basically, it's this about this dude who's this demon who is infiltrated a high school in the human world, and
Hey, you said it pretty close to correct.
his goal is to find according to the synopsis, it says his goal is to find candidates to aid hell in the fight against their natural enemies, the angels of heaven. And then the girl who sits next to him is an apparent angel, whatever.
Hmm.
And it's about them like having feelings for each other.
Cool. All
So
right.
it's cute. It's cute.
That's good. I'm glad you're enjoying your time.
Yeah, and there's gonna be an anime of it. I saw there was gonna be an anime, so I was like, I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, there you go. That'll be neat.
Yeah, and I've been reading it slowly. I haven't been like binging it. I read like a few chapters when I wake up every morning. It's pretty good.
Okay. Ooh, I broke it.
If you like romantic comedies, it's a good romantic comedy.
Okay. Very cool. Nice little.
And the artwork is really funny sometimes. The
Yeah.
guy who writes it is really talented.
Hmm.
He's really talented at what he does.
Monsieur Sawayoshi Azuma.
Yeah. And
Okay.
he actually what was really funny is I don't know if you remember those old memes in like 2010. No, no, yeah, 2010 and like around then, like the rage faces. Do you remember those?
Yeah, sure, sure. Classics.
He actually put one of those rage faces in his manga. Like the characters made that face, made
Wow.
one of the faces, and it was so funny. I was like, this guy's from my generation.
It's old school. That's pretty good. I do love it. Like it doesn't happen often, but like whenever you see a manga that does something like that, where like it just like randomly has like pop culture, and you're like, hold on, like
Yeah,
it's like, I wasn't ready for that.
like Kaguya-sama did it, and then this one did it, and I was like, what the crap? Except Kaguya had it more. Kaguya did it more
Yeah,
in one of the things. I believe they did Minecraft, and I think in one chapter they did Apex Legends,
right,
or they talked about it.
right. Just
But
like in Nagatoro, how the way she uses sus all the time.
no, I think that's just a translation.
But it's an accurate translation considering the word she's using in Japanese, so
Yeah, it's inaccurate translation.
pretty good. But yeah, so it is cool like when like that happens now and again. Where she's like, oh, 'cause, I mean, it does make sense, like because anime's from Japan, so like probably like 95% of like the references that they'll refer to as like other anime or just like Japanese kind of media stuff, like
Yeah,
Japanese games and stuff. So it's like you know makes sense. But every now and then when they make a reference to, like something from the West, it's pretty great, or at least like unexpected. Like I think Gintama's probably not, but Gin like because they've made fun of everything.
yeah. Gintama has made fun of everything, but they're more like our generation, but like Japanese memes from that generation.
Yeah,
I think it would be different if it came out nowadays. Gintama came out release stuff nowadays.
would it hit different?
Yes, in a sense.
Yeah, that's good. Oh yeah, Tiger and Bunny was a pretty fun one for like modern twists on things. All the product placement, but I think I don't mess with Miss Nagatoro.
I love Don't Miss Me. This Nagatoro. I love
It's
Nagatoro.
it's a delightful anime, better than it has
Yeah.
any right to be.
Yeah, it's my guilty pleasure anime, manga or whatever. I'm wishing I got a season gets another season.
I would
I
be
don't think it
shocked
will
if it
be.
didn't, but
I don't know if it will be.
you don't think so?
Yeah. Some of the stuff later on in the manga from the most recent volume is kind of yabai.
I mean, sure. Maybe they'll skirt around it, but
Yeah, I haven't seen read the new chapter of Nagatoro. I I haven't really been reading the manga. I only read the Japanese volumes every time they come out.
hmm. Yeah, I think I read up to like volume 6 of the manga. So I'm decently behind at this point. But
Yeah,
it's that's definitely a fun anime.
I've been really wanting to get back into anime, you know.
It's been so long since you've watched any, I'm sure.
I meant binging. I meant binging.
Okay,
There are so many
sure.
there's so many shows that I like want to rewatch.
Yeah, it's understandable. There's a lot of fun ones. I'm trying so hard just to keep up with like the new shows I want to watch. Like I can't even stop to think about it, like rewatching shows. I really want to
Yeah.
watch. I really want to rewatch like Yu Yu Hakusho again because I've never watched it in Japanese, and I kind of want to see if they hit different.
Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yeah,
Why would you watch it in English? Like,
English is pretty good. Honestly, it's pretty great.
is it?
I mean, it's one of those things where like it's really like there's like a certain age of like if I watched it in English, it's really hard for me to like go back and watch that same show like in Japanese because like it just like feels wrong.
Mm,
Like Yu Yu Hakusho, like I've heard it in Japanese. I've seen a couple of clips in Japanese, and like it, I don't know, it's like it's so weird to like hear something. I don't know, like Pokemon does the same thing, or like um, actually a really good example would be like the Final Fantasy games. Like
yeah.
playing 10 or 12 in Japanese feels so wrong.
Hmm.
Like that is fully understanding how cringe like some of that acting is. Like like I just if I hear like Titus in Japanese, like it doesn't seem right. It doesn't seem like it's Titus. And it's just like it might just be something because like I'm so like I grew up with the English version, so that feels like the original version to my ears. But I don't know.
I was kind of like that with Full Metal Alchemist. I watched the English one first and I preferred the English, but then when I rewatched Brotherhood recently,
Hmm.
I actually liked the Japanese one more. Maybe
Hmm.
maybe it's because of all the language study I've been doing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I just like unconsciously prefer Japanese.
Sure. But
But
yeah, it's one of those things, I suppose.
well, there was a good question. How do you feel about anime openings and endings?
There's some really good ones out there. Uh,
Do you have like a favorite?
geez, like an all-time favorite.
Yeah.
Ooh, that'd be one that I'd have to like. That probably would take some thought, but as far as like ones that like immediately like come to mind, um, and this is maybe perhaps a deep cut, but Kill Me Baby, um, had a had a really excellent opening and close. Actually, I think I might even like the closing better, but it had really excellent opening closing songs for that anime.
Yeah, I agree. The ending theme was very bopping.
It's a super like I still have that one on my playlist. Like it's a good one. Like and I really, I mean the animation for the closing theme was like always like really odd to me. Like I remember like because I think a friend showed it to me like at school and I was like, oh, that's like because like it's a really weird one. It's like extra chibi. I mean that whole show is like very kind of chibi anyway, but it's like that's the show that always comes to mind when I think of, like openings and endings. But do you have one that comes to mind for you, Zyga?
Let me pull up my Spotify. I think my Spotify will tell the truth.
Right there you go.
It's in my top 25. That means it's a good one.
Yeah,
And there is only oh no.
yeah.
Oh no. Which opening is this? Oh my gosh, am I gonna hear it? I'm gonna be embarrassed right here. Okay.
Is this your shame?
Yes, this is the shame right here.
Uh oh.
I need to pull up where it's from, just so I can make sure
Sure. If you
I
wanna
know.
share the name, or do you wanna leave it as a
Uh,
surprise?
all right, here we go. Here we go. Here it is. Here it is.
Where is it?
Sword Art Online,
Wow.
Alicization, War of the
Wow.
Underworld, Season 2, Opening 1.
Wow.
Uh, it's called Anima.
Okay.
It's from I think it's called Season 4 of Sword Art Online. I think that's what it is. Season 4.
Okay.
Now, the opening is the only thing that I did not check out.
Hmm.
I literally like my brain like every time when the opening thing came on, I like looked over on my second screen and I was like, okay, this is a great song. And then
Yeah.
once the opening was over, I was like, all right, time to go back to grinding in Final Fantasy
Yeah. That's fair.
while I have the episode on in the background.
Yeah. See, I
So
just let's see here.
so it's a good song. It's a really good song. It's called Anima and it's by Riona. It's a really good song.
Okay.
And it's been in my top 25 for a while. Another good opening theme is the Spice and Wolf opening for season 1.
Okay.
That song
I don't recall that
uh
one.
that song is really good.
Okay. Fair, fair.
It's kind of like waltzy. It's kind of like a waltz feel.
Hmm.
It's very good.
Okay.
Another ones that I like that are in my top 25 are the Chainsaw Man opening.
Okay.
Um, that's a really good song. Very hype.
Hmm.
The full version is the best. Um, and of course, Oshinoko's opening is also there as well.
Hmm.
Because it's Yoasobi, and I'm a simp for anything that says Yoasobi on it.
Oh right. They make a good song now and then,
Yeah, like I
I
have like
assume.
all of their CDs. I have like their limited editions of stuff, all there.
Very good.
But there's a couple of I could list a whole lot more, like the first Bakemonogatari ending, or like uh because like the first Bakemonogatari ending was like the song that kind of like drove me into J-pop.
Mm. Actually, yeah,
It was
that ending
one of those
theme was
things.
really good.
Yeah, it was made by the goat, Ryo from Supercell.
Okay.
Um, I don't know if anyone here knows who Supercell is, but they were my favorite band for the longest time. They like got me into Japanese music for the most part. Um, they did the ending theme for Bakemonogatari. Um,
Mm.
they also did the an ending for Naruto Shippuden.
Mm.
I don't remember which Naruto Shippuden it was, but it was
Didn't
somewhere there.
didn't they do? And maybe I'm confabulating. Wasn't it Black Rock Shooter, the original anime?
Yes.
That was a great opening.
Now, Supercell, like I used to be like super hardcore to them. I was there when Today was a Beautiful Day came out.
Mm-hmm.
And I was there for when Sayonara Memories came out. I bought the single for Sayonara Memories when it came out.
Wow.
That was like, I still have it somewhere around here. I think it's in my CD collection somewhere. And I used to be like so into them. I was like leader of a Facebook group that was like just like super self-focused.
Wow. So famous.
Yeah.
Facebook groups.
And we
Jeez.
just like posted like all their new songs and like hyped like every new song that came out because I
Wow.
was because I was like into them when like Today is a Beautiful Day was like just coming out, like right when the Bakemonogatari ending came out was like it kind of like awoken a lot of people, and then yeah,
Hmm.
I was listening to that CD all day today, actually.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's the CD came out in 2011,
Hmm.
but it's still like fantastic.
Wow.
Every song on it I love.
Hmm.
And Hatun, I actually have I actually have a like shrine, a Supercell shrine,
Yeah.
a shadow box that I made of the three albums. Their first Hatsune Miku album, and then the Nagi album, and then the Koeda album. I have like um hung up in my room. I'll show you a picture. Send a picture of it on Discord.
Yeah. You
But I
should. That
spent
was a.
like forever on them.
I remember when you were making that thing. That was a labor of love.
Yeah, I took the limited editions of all three of their albums and then put them together because they were my genesis. They were my genesis of like music, and I still love them today.
Right.
And
Maybe.
Yoasobi,
Oh,
Yoasobi's music.
I was just gonna say actually maybe this is something we obviously could not do on stream, but
Mhm.
mayhap on Discord sometime if people want to do like an anime openings listening party. Maybe we could actually listen to these songs we're talking about. That could be fun.
Yeah,
At least like snippets or something. Like sometime when you're
yeah,
available, Zyga, maybe we can do that over on Discord. Because,
yeah, sure.
but
Um,
but no, yeah. I would
there
really have
are
to like think because I'm sure there's lots of really good songs. I just can't think of any off the top of my head. Like
there are some that are like overrated. Like I have some hot takes on some overrated ones that
careful.
I think are overrated.
I hope you have
But some were just
Salavera.
listed in chat. Some were just listed in chat that I think are overrated.
Ooh, ready to make enemies?
Yeah. Like the Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood openings and endings, I think are overrated.
How dare.
But that is just me. That is just me.
It is just you. You're alone on that hill. No,
I, I
kidding.
I think I think I am fine with being alone on that hill.
I don't.
But I think they are slightly overrated.
I mean, I haven't actually heard them because, like, again, I've watched like I've probably heard the first opening. Again, that's a series I never actually got around to finishing. Oops.
Oh no, what we could do is we could make this a game
Yeah.
because I have a Spotify playlist with pretty much with how many songs? Let me see here. Uh genre compilation, say something. Okay, I have 442 anime songs on this playlist.
Wow, you weeb.
And we can just play like if we could just press play and then see who can get it. So
Yeah.
you can guess what song it is.
That could be
I
fun to
kind of
do.
I kind of made it for that reason. Like it has like a bunch of stuff from stuff that you wouldn't even think about
Right.
would be on Spotify, but actually are on Spotify.
That's good. I'll have to use Spotify one day. I've never once opened that particular platform, but I could dust off my iPod Touch. I have a playlist I think of like 60 odd anime songs on that thing. It's representative of every anime I watched like up to like 2013, I think.
Oh my goodness.
So I'm pretty cool that way. Like
But yeah,
that
we should do that sometime. It'll be fun.
that would be actually I'd be kind of be down for that. But
Just to see if people like know the songs.
right. Because that's the thing is like right now like I'm struggling to think of any songs off the top of my head. But like I'm sure like once we actually start like listening to music, it'll kind of like it'll like activate all those neurons, and I'll be able to start
Yeah.
remembering some of the ones I really like. I guess like off the top of my head, one I've always really liked is the classic One Piece opening. The
Which one?
the on like the We Are on the Cruise,
Oh, that one.
like the very first one. Yeah, We Are.
Yeah, that
Like
one's great. Good.
it's just like a classic. Like I don't know like if it's like in my personal like I mean it probably is like in my top 10 or something at least like because like it's like a very memorable like it also like in terms of like how well it fits the show. I mean it was custom composed for the show so it helps but for me, like songs always get bonus points if they really feel like they fit the show like in that way. Because sometimes the show will
Yeah.
have a really good opening, but the opening has like nothing to do with it. It's just a good song. But I think like anyway, that actually that'd be a really fun thing to do sometime. If you ever have like some free time, Zyga, maybe we can just set up on Discord and just play music. Because I think if we were to try to do that right now, YouTube would get the big grumpy.
Yeah, they might. It might get grumpy.
Like Twitch probably, well, officially Twitch would care, but unofficially Twitch wouldn't do a darn thing about stopping us. So, but
Yeah, they
YouTube would
wouldn't.
absolutely get big grumpy.
I was actually listening to my playlist on my anime song playlist while I was raiding the other day,
Oh yeah,
and the only thing it did was muted my VOD at certain points.
right, yeah. Like I think Twitch does, or they're starting to create some kind of thing for that, but it's definitely not. Again, I don't think Twitch, like legally, Twitch has to care, but I don't think they care enough to really be trying to stop it. That's
I posted in the Pod channel on Discord, my playlist.
Okay.
My large playlist. People want to check that out.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I think that would be a really, really fun little community thing to do.
Yeah,
So you'll have to join the Discord if you want to do it. That means you too, Zaiga. I'm kidding. I think you are in the Discord.
I'm already there. I just don't talk.
You're too good for us.
Speaking of the One Piece opening, first opening,
Mm-hmm.
that song, I was rating, and it was about to like transition into phase three and Bahamut, and if Bahamut would just like come down in like a ball of fire. So the
Right.
ball of fire came down, and then bam, the We Are opening just started.
Yeah.
It was like the best like
That's pretty good.
best moment of my life, where I was just sitting there playing, and then Bahamut comes in this fiery blaze,
Yeah.
and then you hear We Are start playing, and I'm like, this is hype.
This is the
This is so
one.
great. This is the one.
That is such a that is a good song. Ooh. I just thought of one that I really genuinely this is like probably let me see here if I can find it. Uh well, I won't play the song, but I'll let me pull up the anime. This is the first song like from My Bride is a Mermaid, which is I realize a comedy, but I unironically love the opening.
What's
I
the opening called?
um I think the song's called like the Everything's Romantic or something like, but the like it's the first like because like I watched the show before I even knew Japanese, but I actually took the time to learn the lyrics of the song before I even knew what they meant, so I could like sing it to myself like at work and stuff. Because I at this point I was still too poor to have an iPod Touch, so I had to memorize my own songs to sing them to myself because I was sad
Yeah.
and lonely. And you have to do
Okay.
something when you're on a riding mower for 8 hours a day. You got to do something to entertain yourself. But but I freaking loved the opening for My Bride is a Mermaid.
You
But
know what? I actually really want to rewatch Seto no Hanagame.
it's honestly I haven't. I would actually like to because I think something I kind of regret now is like because I did watch it, unofficial means, and I think it was
Yeah.
like a really poor translation. Honestly, like it wasn't. It was kind of like an amateurish fan sub. So I'd really like to watch it like with a proper translation so I could really get all the jokes. That's like a
Huh.
classic, just good time anime. Actually, let me see if I can find. It probably lists the. Does my anime list not list that kind of information, like songs and stuff? Hmm,
Um,
maybe not.
what was the question again?
I'm just trying to figure out if I can figure out what the song was called from.
Yeah, yeah, you can just scroll down.
Romantic Summer. That's what it was. It's on
Yeah,
Spotify.
romantic.
I'm not going to listen to it
Is
on
it?
the stream though. That'd be
Is it
bad.
on Spotify?
Yeah. Oh, and the ending was actually pretty good. Don Don Don. Ashita no Hikari. I can't remember that one, but Don 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 was pretty good.
Oh, you could actually click it on Spotify
Yeah, so they have
nowadays.
they have like legal links now because they're
Oh
on
no,
there.
no, you can't even play it. You can't even play it.
Well, you have to have Spotify, I would imagine.
No, it's region locked.
Region locked, maybe
It's
unavailable in
region
your
locked.
region. Stupid America can't have anything good. But no, yeah, this is an opening I really truly loved when I was. It's just like it's like a classic bouncy love song. It's the same reason I love all the music from. Actually, the openings from like The World God Only Knows are pretty banging.
Oh yeah, those were
Have you ever
those were
like heard?
very big in.
And if you ever heard like the full versions of those songs are like enormous, they're like long, full songs.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah,
they're
yeah. They-
crazy. Like
I
a
had someone explain it to me that I totally agreed with them. They said that The World God Only Knows opening one is basically like Bohemian Rhapsody for anime Bohemian Rhapsody.
it really is like it's a full emotional journey that you go on. Like there's
Yeah.
like tempo changes and like like it changes genre like twice probably. Like it's a whole thing. It's really good. And I really I don't think if I recall you weren't a fan, but I freaking loved the songs that Canon sings from her arc. Like Omoe Wa Rain Omoe Wa Rain is a song that I still keep on my playlist.
Really.
Yeah. So it's like it's probably like it really might be like my favorite Japanese love song. Omoe Wa Rain. It's really hard to say though. My tongue is fat and gaijin. But yeah, so banger songs in this show too, in my opinion. Openings for sure. But
My gosh, you could actually like find these songs on Spotify from my anime list, but they're all region locked.
well,
Why
luckily
are
with
they
today's
region locked?
sponsor, NordVPN. I'm kidding. If only.
I wish I had a NordVPN.
Yeah. And wouldn't it be convenient if I'll have my people get in touch with their people and see if we can get a sponsorship. But in the meantime, alas, we'll never know what these sound like on Spotify.
Yeah, unfortunately. They have all the newer stuff though.
Well, it's something at least. And I only gave this a 9. This is at least a 12. But
I need to I wanna read The World God Only Knows.
it's a quite good manga. Like at least because I started reading this one in Japanese actually, and I only got like a few volumes into it, but like the manga was quite good.
Yeah.
I've heard people say the manga is quite a bit better than the anime, especially like the later arcs. They do a better job in the manga, which I'd believe it. I think the anime did kind of have to rush things to fit the episode constraints they had. But yeah. Anywho,
Oh, do you remember this is a like throwback.
sure,
Have you
sure.
ever seen the anime Last Exile?
I heard about this one. I can't remember what the context was. I feel like you know what? I our mutual friend G Silver showed me episode 1 of this, I think.
It's an older anime.
Yeah. So I've seen the first episode
2003.
of it, but I don't know anything else about it.
All I remember is that that season 1 is pretty good, but there is no season 2.
Yeah.
It's one of those shows that the season 2 doesn't exist.
Right, it's unfortunate. I remember that's kind of how G Silver kind of framed it as like and the reason he was showing episode 1 to me was like he's like he's like this show probably has like the best episode 1 of like any show I've ever seen. And it squanders it a little bit from there, but like it really does set up like a fascinating like world. It is problematic if there's no. 'Cause I think this is like an anime only series too. Like there's no manga to go to, I don't think.
Yeah.
So if you want to know what happens next, too darn bad.
Then
It's
there
a
was
shame.
stuff like Eureka 7, which is kind of like the same, where like its season 2 is absolutely terrible.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, Eureka 7 is like one of my favorite animes of all time. And unfortunately, like the sequel of it's absolutely terrible.
Yeah,
You
that
should watch the whole thing of Eureka 7. It's so good.
yeah.
Oh,
It
it Lala, it's about a guy, it's about a kid growing up. That's basically what it is about.
yeah.
And there's like giant robots that surf on the air.
Right, yeah, it's one
And there and it has like romance in it.
that's by Bones. That's interesting.
My favorite thing is like seeing the main character grow up throughout the 50 episodes or so. Because he starts off this like snot-nosed kid, and then he actually like grows up.
Yeah.
Anyway,
There you go.
ugh, I'm I'm exhausted. For
we
some reason, I'm really tired.
we talked for a lot longer than I thought we would, considering we didn't have a topic going into this.
Yeah,
To
we
be
did.
completely honest, I was like, we might stretch this out to an hour if we really BS our way a little bit, but everyone knows if it's a longer episode, the content's better. That's how it works for One Piece. So it must be true for podcasts.
Is it? Is it now?
I don't know.
We need to do a One Piece episode once you get to
Like, how far do we
One
need to
Piece
get
episode
for?
part 2.
Yeah, how far do we need to get for us to do a One Piece episode?
Hmm, that is a good question. I do not know.
Because I'm almost to Water 7. So, ooh, excuse me. I'm yawning because
Maybe
this is so
maybe when
boring. Okay.
maybe maybe once you get to Marineford, because we have talked about One Piece before.
Oh yeah, and the show that doesn't exist on season 0.
Yeah, and when we talked about that, we talked up to Skype, I think.
I think so, because I think that was again like right about when, because Skypia, and it almost did it again this time, because Skypia is such a drag for me. Like it's such a long arc. Like it's got a really good payoff, which makes the overall thing worth it, but it is a long one.
Yeah.
Anyway, post at least finish NES lobby. A lot of people start post war arc and do a pre time skip recap. But anyway, so yeah, I'm sure we'll do One Piece eventually. It's a lengthy series. We could probably spend lots of episodes just talking about One Piece and just various aspects of it.
I agree.
It's
Like,
a
there's a lot to talk about.
it's a girthy show, but we probably should start talking about anime sometime for this podcast, huh? Have to think about some shows to talk about.
Speaking of anime,
Mm-hmm.
Honkai Star Rail,
Yeah.
the anime game.
Excuse me.
We're gonna play it.
Yeah, sure. I mean, actually, this is a good question for the class. If we were to do a stream of Honkai Star Rail, is that a yay or like a you better not kind of thing? how do folks feel about that? But and this is not something that has to be answered right away. Can berate us privately on Discord later if you want. We have Lala's vote. Lala is easily, I think. Well, I don't want to question your standards, but you really watch a lot of my streams. Like I don't like I I appreciate it. A big preach, but thanks. I guess. Toon says do it. AC's gonna look into it himself. So has no interest and says that I should go die. That's harsh. I'm kidding, Smo. I'm reading. I'm reading the subtext of your comment. Losses don't question my life choices. Anyway, so yeah, maybe we'll look into playing Star Rail because I think the thing that appeals to me, and maybe folks have noticed this with the games I generally play around here, I like playing the games that are like accessible for people to join in on. Like the vast majority of games I actually stream, I think about it, like have like a multiplayer like tilt to them. And so,
Yeah.
I mean, even if this is like majority single player, like if it's like free to play, that's pretty accessible for anyone that maybe want to join in on a new game together. But anyway, so maybe we'll discuss this more with Zyga, but maybe in the near future we'll do a stream of this.
Let's do it. I can teach you the ways.
Heart, big heart to you, Smo. Much hearts, 3 hearts even. But yeah, you can be my senpai. I can call you Zyga Sensei. You can teach me the ways of the rails of stars.
Yes, I could. I could do so. Um, there isn't really much to teach. I kind of just want to be there for you on the first stream just to see what you roll.
you
Or get
just want to get that second hand high from watching people roll for gotchas.
yes. Yeah, I want to see what you roll. I want to see what you roll on the beginner banner
Yeah. All right. Fair enough.
because I want to see if you have the same luck as I do.
Yeah.
'Cause
Did you?
I got the God roll account.
You did. Nice.
I did. I did.
That's pretty sweet.
And I got super lucky, so I wanted to see if you get super lucky or who you get.
Yeah.
Out of these characters like that you're seeing on the screen, like do you see anyone that you think you would like?
I mean, they're floating by so quickly. Like it's. Let's see.
Like
So there's girl, small girl, other girl, Gates, handsome boys, lots of them, and then I like it's going too quick to know. Like, is
yeah.
there one who shoot
Um
big? I don't know.
I'll
Like,
give you a quick summary of the game and how it works plays. I already said it a little bit, but I'll just summarize it again.
sure.
Um the game plays like a traditional Final Fantasy game. Like for example, it's like Final Fantasy X, and if I were to compare it to a recent game, it plays like Persona 5. Like if you're a fan of Persona 5, then
Mm,
you're going to be a big fan of this game
okay.
because it works about the same way
Hmm.
as Persona 5 does.
So
The
kind of like how
turn-based battle system.
it's like how Genshin was kind of a copycat of Breath of the Wild, maybe. Like this is
Yeah. Yeah, well Genshin was Breath of the Wild. This one is like Persona,
okay.
but without the uh capturing personas,
Okay. Sure. Sure.
without the Pokemon aspect.
Oh no. So you're saying it's not as good?
It's good in different ways.
Okay.
But yeah, it plays if you're like super into like JRPGs and like just like that old like Final Fantasy feel, um or like Persona 5, Persona 4, then you're gonna be eating really well on this game. That being said, it is a gotcha game.
Hmm.
It is designed to take your money
Hmm.
because it's a gotcha game.
Right. Right. Right.
You just gotta be aware of that when you're playing. Like there are banners and that you roll on, you use currency to roll on to get characters. But they do give you a lot of free units right at the very beginning. And a lot of the free units are really good. So
Hmm.
you don't necessarily have to like roll on the premium banners in order to like beat the game or anything like that. You could easily like not roll and play the game pretty easily.
Hmm.
So just be aware of that. I believe it's going to be on consoles. Right now it has a PC client and it also is on phones.
Sure. Sure.
But I don't know about I did see that it said PS5 and Xbox Series X, but I don't know about the other ones.
Hmm. Okay.
So recommend giving it a try it out. Its story is pretty good. Um, you're just a traveler. You go to different planets and save them. Typical anime stuff that happens. It's basically like watching like an anime a lot of the times when you're playing the game. You're like, this is definitely an anime. And it doesn't help that I play with the Japanese voices. So like Japanese voices are basically all like the big voice actors from anime series.
Hmm. Okay. Well, so you're saying that playing this in English is definitely the superior way.
I mean, it's the more cringe way, but
That's pretty
no,
tempting.
I mean, some people like it, some people don't. It's the English version.
I mean, it can't possibly be worse than Genshin Impact in English. It sounds like they literally just pulled people off the street to record the lines.
I think they did the same thing.
It's
It's
gonna
made
be
by the
so.
same people, so
It's,
it's made by the same people, so like
it's gonna
it's
be.
obviously gonna
I
be.
gotta play it in English then.
But yeah, if you
Anyway.
I'd highly recommend the game if you're like on the fence about it. If it's your type of game, if like turn-based combat seems appealing to you, then
Hmm.
you could try it out.
Okay. Oh boy. At the end of the game, we get to play. We get to kill Star God, right? Is Lala calling it?
Uh, I can confirm nor deny.
Yeah.
I do not want to spoils.
We start the game having to kill space rats.
Yes. Space
Perfect.
rats. Cleaning up space stations,
Yeah.
sweeping the floors,
Have to go fetch
ki-
5 or 6 space herbs for the local person.
fighting against dust bunnies.
Yeah. Perfect.
Oh, and Honkai Star Rail is the only game that I know of where you can actually flirt with a trash can. I mean,
That's pretty good.
come on.
I mean, that that's hashtag goals.
Hashtag goals right there.
Like that would be you gotta expand the palette, right? You gotta
Yeah.
we have to find new things that can be turned into cute girls. And
Yes.
if anime's taught us anything, is that you can turn anything into a cute girl if you try hard enough.
Oh, and MiHoYo, they provide equal. So like it's not only girls in the Honkai Star Rail, there's guys too, and the guys are pretty good as well.
was gonna say, like, at least in the trailer, there's definitely a good handful of guys of various types. So
Yeah,
seems like they're
from what I know of Genshin, I never played it. Never played it seriously. There's a bunch of guy characters there, so
right. Yeah,
equal opportunity.
I mean, I will respect Genshin for that. Is that it seemed like they made it. They tried really hard to have husbandos as well as waifus, which is appreciated. There's a lot of games out there that don't bother, so it's
Yeah.
good to have that. But so yeah, that I'll have to look into this. So maybe mayhaps in the near future we'll be doing a stream of this and see what it's like.
Yeah, we could just try it for one stream. If you don't like it, then we don't have to play it. You just
Right?
try it out.
Yeah, sure. What's the worst that could happen? I start another game series of a game that doesn't actually have an end. That'd be silly.
Yeah, it actually doesn't have an end, so
God, gotta stop doing that.
it's just like Final Fantasy. They're putting it out in patches.
All right, well, freak. No, yeah, because I'm already playing 14 and Warframe, neither of which have an end. Dag nabbit
I
me, yeah.
guess it's all you're going to be playing in the future.
Someday I'll play the normal games. Actually, what if
One day.
I just stop playing these games? I just played new games. We just abandon 14. We just start playing normal length RPGs.
No, you can't. You have to get to Endwalker.
I'm
You have
I'm
to get to Endwalker.
I'm like a tenth of the way through Stormblood. I'm pretty sure I've experienced most of the story.
You know what? You would be there if you didn't play Hildebrand.
You're just jealous that you're not an inspector extraordinaire.
You see, I have class. I skip Hildebrand cutscenes.
But how do you know about all the amazing lore drops that are 100% canon?
Are they?
I think they are like at least like the ARR Hildebrand, like there was like actual lore that was being explained that was like relevant to like the Black Mage Guild. And I was like, oh, this
I
is
don't remember.
actually
I don't.
relevant.
I think I did those quests back in A Realm Reborn, and I don't remember them.
Yeah.
I don't remember the Heaven's Word one. I don't remember the Stormblood one. I don't remember any of the other ones. And
Did you do
then
the Shadowbringers
this Endwalker one that just came out, I skipped because I was like, I can't be bothered.
But the sweet gestures you get, the clothes, help people know if you're cool.
Yeah, it's the no, I can't. I just CBA. Just CBA.
Yeah.
Can't be bothered.
Yeah.
I just wanted the relic. I wanted the relic as fast as possible, and like,
Uh-oh. Zaiga's being called out now. See, now the audience is in
I
favor of
actually
me.
there I have skipped all the relic quest lines. Unfortunately, that's just how it turned out to be for me.
But
Like,
the
I
lore.
skipped Eureka and I skipped Bosja. I regret skipping Bosja, and I only skipped those two because I was having so much FOMO.
Mm,
Because how those relics worked is that you were thrown into a zone, and that zone has fates. You do those fates, you get stuff,
mm.
and um, a fate would spawn. And if I'm like not in that fate, I feel like I'm missing out.
Mm,
So every time when there's a cutscene, I was like, "Oh, there could be a fate going on right now, so I need to skip this."
mm.
And so I've skipped every relic stage, and this Hildebrand is is also like a relic thing, and I'm like continuing the skippage.
Hmm.
But I haven't skipped anything else.
Okay, trying to redeem yourself. I see.
Yeah.
And this whole time I thought you were a real 14 player, but now the truth comes out. Anyway.
You know what? I'm gonna take you in, and I'm gonna like show you um a ultimate fight, and then you'll die in the first couple seconds, and you'll be like, "What's going on?" And I
What
want to see you like bumble your way.
you don't know. What if I'm like what if I end up being like a samurai savant and I totally am super awesome at it? Did you ever think about
then
that?
then I will eat the spicy yakisoba.
Yeah. Maybe I'm the one. I can see into the code and I can see beyond the mechanics. It could happen. It could be the bunny Neo. You wouldn't even know. Hatun,
There
stop
is
stop being rude. No points for you. It's harsh.
oh really? Get him into duty with ad space, he'll die in
Look,
oh my
look,
gosh. Is
ads.
that true? Is
Look,
that true?
look. Nobody told me that Raubon's swords were actually doing something important. I thought I was doing really
Oh,
good because I was fighting Raubon and dealing lots of damage. And suddenly I was dead and it didn't make any sense. And I called hacks. And it was like, oh,
is this
you gotta kill the swords. You can't kill a sword, it's an object. No, doesn't count.
have you done the all my name days have come at once quest in Stormblood?
Are you talking about the what's his name guy? Yeah, he always like says that every time like he thinks he has the upper hand. He's like, we have a secret weapon, and I'm gonna get my revenge against you. Like that guy.
Yeah. Have you you've gotten to Ralger's Reach and had that thing in Ralger's Reach, right?
I'm not sure. The most recent thing I had with him was I'm trying to build up an alliance between um like the rebels and the Eorzean alliance.
Okay.
It's like I'm still pretty
Okay.
early in Stormblood. Like I did have
So
an
it's
I
okay.
had I had an encounter with him where he was bringing in a secret weapon,
Okay.
and he was like, "Oh, we finally get to test this new super weapon, and I'll get to show you upstarts up because you shamed me last time."
Okay.
It's like all my name days have
So
come at once, but then he
so
ran away.
so he hasn't got to Raubon Extreme. Well, what was Raubon Extreme?
No, not close.
Without spoilers, I'll say that like this happened a long time ago. Back when Stormblood was released.
Mm-hmm.
And there was this one quest. I won't say what quest it is, but it's lived on in infamy in the community as called Raubon Extreme.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was Pippin Extreme, which was the second one. But that wasn't that's another story.
Okay, sure.
Um so it happened like right at the very beginning of the Stormblood quests. Because like how the zones work, you cannot progress to like the other half of the zone,
Hmm.
and everyone was starting to get funneled into this one quest. And for some reason, Square Enix, uh their code or whatever, like was did not have a lot of instances for this quest.
Hmm.
So everyone and their mother was funneled into this one quest, and you would try to activate the quest, but it would just lead you to a black screen and then kick you out.
Neat.
So only like a few people at a time would get through. And it was like this like slow thing. There was like in the fringes, there was thousands of people just sitting there waiting to get in. They would be spamming the quest for hours. And this quest did not get fixed. It was like it happened during early access, the first 3 days of early access,
Okay, sure.
and everyone was stuck. They could not do anything. You could not even progress in the story. You could not go to any of the new zones, and it was a nightmare. You couldn't even do any of the content. The only thing you
Neat.
could do was level the new jobs.
Cool. That's pretty
It
fun.
was a rough time. And yeah, they called it Railbon Extreme because it was like an extreme fight of trying to get through it.
Yeah.
And then once people, I got lucky. I was one of the lucky ones that got through like on the second day, I think.
Mm.
And I remember going through like the new zones. There wasn't a soul there.
Yeah.
It was like a ghost town, and it was a new expansion, and I'm like running around, and I'm the only one activating quests, and I was like, wow, this is surreal.
It's the power.
Oh, and another thing about that was that some people were like trying to make a line in the game where they were like getting mad at people if you didn't line up. So they would all like line up. You would go into into the fringes, and then you would see this line forming of people like trying to get through. it was it was funny. It was funny.
And I'm sure people were very respectful of the line system and followed it perfectly.
Yeah, they weren't. I
Yeah.
wasn't. There were so
Yeah.
many people getting mad if you weren't in the line and stuff like that. It was Yeah, that it was a lot worse than the Hell queue and Endwalker. It was like 1,000 times worse because you could play the game, but you couldn't play the game.
Right.
You were like, "Oh, what this stuff is really cool happening in the MSQ." Well, I guess we have to wait till it gets patched.
Oh, well.
Yeah. And then like right after the Raubon Extreme, there was Pippin Extreme because everyone was getting funneled into that one.
Mm.
And that one was worse because it would like shut down your game
Oh, neat.
when you did it. So I
Yankers.
think
Oh.
there's a video somewhere of Railbon Extreme. I would like look it up on YouTube.
Hmm.
You can see like some streamers like react to it,
Yeah. Getting all grumpled.
of like what it was like back in the day.
Hmm. Dang.
Anyway,
All you old timers with your crazy Final Fantasy stories.
yeah, been there so long.
Yeah. Should just have been like me and waited 10 years to start playing it. Then it's just easy street.
Part of me kind of wishes I've been playing the game for so long that ugh, I like miss some of the old stuff. Like I kind of want to replay through Heaven's Ward because I haven't played Heaven's Ward in like 7 years.
Wow.
And same with Stormblood. I haven't like played that in like 5 years. So
Oh, we could have a race to see who finishes Stormblood first. That'd be fun.
well, I think that would be me,
No, you don't know that.
obviously.
I've already got a head start. You'd have to hurry to
Yeah.
catch up to me. Anyway, I think we've 2 hours. How? But I think
This episode about nothing became about nothing.
yeah, it's like how Seinfeld somehow got 12 seasons.
Yeah, yeah. You play once a week. The
I
dude is right. You play once a week.
I log on more than that sometimes. Um,
I play like 4 times a week.
Tune, you keep coming in here and you keep making me look bad in front of my sensei. It's rude. Why can't you guys ever come in and say something nice about me? Always all this negative talk about my Final Fantasy skills and dedication.
Speaking of Final Fantasy, have you been farming Moogle Tomes off stream?
Yeah, I did some of that on Sunday. Been playing with folks. I want to start, obviously want to do that as much as I can. I want to at least get the Ixion because that's apparently kind of ridiculously difficult. Otherwise, that's a good
Yeah,
opportunity.
you have to get lucky.
So I want to at least grind it for that one. Then there's a few other things that look cool, but see how much patience I have and other people have. But
I've been only doing the 24-man uh once a once every time I log on.
well, that works.
And I get
Yeah,
7. I think it's 7 each time you run it. So I'll get the one mount I don't have eventually.
yeah, that's fair.
New patch will be coming very soon here, though.
Yeah, it's usually like a monthish, right, from when they start the tome event.
Yep.
So that'll be cool. I'm really excited to see what happens next in the story. I'm right there waiting for it, you know?
Uh, Dude, you're gonna be done with Stormblood a year from now.
I got through 2 expansions in 1 year, thank you very much. I can easily get through at least one in the next year.
I
Probably
don't
two.
know.
Just you watch. End of 2023, I'm gonna be done with Endwalker. Gonna have beaten all the extremes before you. N1, all
By the end of the year.
and by the end of the year, just you wait. You,
And
you
one by the end of the year.
you will all see, all you people who doubted.
No, we just know the truth.
You're scared of the truth. You can't handle it. You don't want to believe. But I know the truth. I've seen it. I've seen the path. Actually, like if I actually manage to get like through Endwalker before the end of the year, I need to win a prize.
Dude,
Zyga needs to eat the gross jelly bean or something.
you could do it if you like actually dedicated the time.
I could. I'm capable. You wait and see. It'll happen. I'll have it. I'll be done before the end of the summer, maybe. That was a strong maybe on that one, but
I
uh,
mean, Stormblood isn't that long.
does that
Stormblood patch quests are decently long. The raid is pretty short, but really
see?
good.
I'm practically done. Then is what you're saying.
Yeah. You just gotta dedicate the time. I believe in you.
I
Like,
am so
like
dedicated.
I didn't think you were gonna get to Heaven's Word, but you did.
I did see
So
it happens. If you have more faith, your belief is weak. But anyway, gonna get out of here before I keep getting attacked by people who say they're my friends, but then they say mean things that hurt my heart. So, gonna,
what is that? What is that saying? What is that meme? Um, uh, they were hurt because Jesus said the truth or something like that. Was
Yeah,
that meme?
they hated him because he spoke the truth.
They hated him because he spoke the truth.
Yeah.
That meme.
Anyway, we're gonna we're gonna get out of here. So I think this has been enough of a podcast for today. My
Yeah.
feelings are sufficiently hurt, and I need a week to recover, at least. So we're gonna, as always, this is the final episode because I can't stand this. No, um, but no, yeah. So, well,
The podcast's name should be changed to oh my gosh. Just thought of an amazing name.
yeah,
Uh Don't toy with me, Mr. Zaiga.
so rude. I'll get you all. I have my revenge yet. Anyway, we're gonna go. Let's see. I guess quick announcements. Tomorrow, anime night. We're gonna watch the last 3 episodes of Dragon Stampede. So we'll see where that goes and what happens next, I guess.
Ooh.
Have you seen Stampede, Zaiga?
Nope.
Okay. It's interesting.
One
It's a
day.
show.
One day.
Yeah, it's worth a watch. It's the animation's like really beautiful, honestly, for like considering it's like CG. It's really impressive. But so we got that going on. And then got a weekend stream. Sunday will be Final Fantasy. Saturday, not yet determined. TBA, I suppose. Zyga, do you have anything going on?
Tomorrow I am rating UCOB. Probably streaming it as well.
Okay.
Um, we'll be. I think we're on a 10 strike prog at the moment. We've done Heaven's Fall trio maybe like two or three, like 3 to 4 times clean.
Hmm.
So we're just working on the next phase. Um, so yeah, we're gonna be doing that, and then I'll probably play Honkai Star Rail afterwards.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'm still progressing through one of the roguelike dungeons. So
Cool, cool.
more progression.
Good. Let me see if this works. But hey, it did work. Uh, yeah. So that's pretty cool.
And the reason my name is Temporara is because that's the name I have in near reincarnation. Like I used to have it as Zyga, but then like at one point people in the arena bracket were changing their names to like vegetables and fruit. And so I was like, I'm gonna do tempura. And then the name stuck, and I use that for all my gotcha game names.
Yeah, that's good.
So,
Secrets revealed. Yes,
yeah.
but so cool. And Lala brings up a good point. I'll be playing Yakuza 0 with Smo on Friday. Playing Yakuza 0 too. That's actually been that game is wildly different than what I thought it would be. I'll be completely honest. Like
Do you know who Best Girl is?
the guy with the eye patch.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just barely got to what was his name?
Hey.
Like Majina, Ma.
Yeah, he's Best Girl.
Yeah, we officially got to his nightclub as of last stream. So yeah,
He's
there's
like the best character ever. I
yeah,
love him.
Goto Majima says Lolly. So no, it's it's been really interesting because like the main story, I guess you could say, has actually been like pretty serious and like very interesting. Like which I did not expect. I thought like the whole game was like. So, I mean, I only know the game for like the memes, right? And so I figured the whole
Yeah.
game was kind of like just memey and silly. Like it's definitely over the top. Like I mean, it's very anime. There's like in the fighting and stuff. Like the story is pretty serious and interesting. Side quests are emotionally scarring, but
Are
it's
they?
just I
Yeah, they kind of are.
I I, I don't know if Smo's doing it on purpose or it's just the way that it's designed. Like all the side quests are like so out of left field. Like having to help the dominatrix learn to be more assertive, or help the random girl stop selling her underwear because she needs help. It's like there's all these like weird quests I wasn't expecting. They're like they are very silly, but not like I don't know. Because I wasn't sure what to expect. It's been a game. So yeah, it's
Well,
a
I'm
thing.
glad you're enjoying it.
It's fun. It's experience. So I'm doing that Friday. And I think shout out to Smo. I believe on Thursday Smo is playing a solo. She's doing a solo stream of Final Fantasy Dissidia. I think has been the series he's doing.
Oh, is that the fighting game?
Yeah, it's like Final Fantasy mixed with like an arena fighter, like kind of like I mean it's like Kingdom Hearts in the sense it's like all the characters are all in the same game, I guess, but it's it's interesting. It's different, but Smo just says yes. I don't choose who comes to me. Yeah, lol. Well, it says Dissidia 012. Okay. That's what it's called officially. But yeah, so there's things going on. Yeah, this has been a fun podcast. I'm glad we were able to discuss these well thought out topics, and we were able to do so in a way that was mature and befitting uh, two people who consider each other friends and who respect each other and who only say encouraging nice things to each other.
Do we?
Couldn't even say that with a straight face.
Yeah.
um,
I think you're too tired. I think you need to answer.
we gotta get out of here. Hurry. We gotta go. Where's the go button? Jeez. We're gonna. Thanks everybody for hanging out. I hope y'all have a good night. I
Yeah.
I
Have a good night.
appreciate each and every one of you. Your precious stars in the sky of my heart. Go. So bye.
See you later.
Okay, we'll see ya. Okay, bye.